All right, cool. Well, here we are at the Union Transfer in Philadelphia. We are backstage with Andrew of Black Tusk. Thank you for taking a few minutes with Below the Scene readers from around the world. Really appreciate your time, man.
Absolutely.
Righteous. So, Black Tusk is about to wrap up a month-long trek with Municipal Waste tomorrow in New York City. How did the tour treat you thus far?
Dude, the tour's been awesome because this has been all ages shows, which we normally don't get to play. We're normally in clubs, and our crowd's a little bit older.
Right.
And so we're getting to play to all these kids that some of them heard of us, most of them haven't heard of us before. And so they know the thrash style. So we're getting to play something a little heavier, a little slower for them.
Right on.
And, it takes a couple songs and then they totally get into it. They've been crowd surfing and stage diving and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's been really good. We're getting a lot of exposure to a younger audience. So it's been an amazing run, and then the Municipal Waste dudes and the 3 Inches of Blood dudes are just completely awesome. So it's been a fun trip because we get to hang out with them every night and then meeting new kids every night. Showing them something new.
Right on.
It's been real fun. It's been a good trip.
Awesome. Glad to hear it, man. So, Black Tusk has been around for about 7 years now, and you've remained prolific throughout this time period. You have 4 full lengths and an EP under your belts. What does the writing process look like for the band? Do you find it, I know you guys have experience with other bands. Do you find it easier with a 3-piece, or is it more difficult?
No, it's really easy because we all write together. It's not one person bringing in complete songs to practice and showing the other guys how it goes. Someone will come in with the riff or an idea, and then we'll all sit there together, and all 3 of us will patch the idea.
Right on.
So it's really easy, and we get along great. So it's and at this point, it's like you said, it's been 7 years, so we know what the other person's about to play, and we can just read each other when we're writing and playing. So we're just jamming stuff out, and we can tell where it's gonna go. Okay, this part needs to change here, and so it's a really easy fluid process for us.
Right on.
It's cool.
Very cool, very cool. So Savannah seems to be a hotbed for talented and innovative metal bands that have a taste for sludge. What do you think it is about Savannah that permits the development of such awesome bands? And have you seen any other kind of niche scenes like this in your travels?
Yeah, not really. And even people think Savannah's got this giant scene, which we don't at all. There's one bar that does shows, and there's not too terribly much to do there. It's a small town. Work and we play music, and so it's just because there were bands like Damn It and Tinky Teen and Das Criminal and stuff that were around when we were younger, so we were watching those guys. They were the pioneers of the sludge and the heavy and the slow stuff,
right?
Especially Damn It. So we grew up watching that, and then we had our punk bands, and then it just naturally progressed into that for us. This is what we knew, and so it just made sense, and it's how our music flows out with us. And it's small, it's hot.
Right on. Very cool. So I know you've said in the past that you're not a band that takes themselves super seriously, which I think translates into a fun and energetic live performance. At the same time, your music is pretty far from lighthearted in certain segments. What are some of the musical and lyrical motifs that you touch on, and specifically in your most recent Relapse release, Set the Dial?
Oh man, the 3 records have been kind of it's like building a theme, sins of man, how kind of our society's it's fucked, and so
right.
We don't, no one gets along great, and there's it's a lot of hubris will bring you down kind of stuff, and this record's just kind of the ultimate man has gone too far, and everything's gonna end, but that's only half the record. The other half of the record's about having fun and playing on the being on the road all the time,
right on,
playing music with your boys. And seeing all kind of stuff, but yeah, so we like to have fun. Our lyrical content is it's more serious than how we act on stage,
right?
But
right. That's an interesting dichotomy too. So it kind of runs a full gamut.
Yeah, it's the balance between the two, between having fun and being serious. Not just being like us, there's complete party band, but we like to party, we like to have fun, but we also like to talk about some serious stuff too, with our songs.
Right on. Good shit, man. Good shit. So, I know Black Tusk is no stranger to the cookout. Any food stops on this tour that were particularly memorable?
We actually got to grill a bunch on this tour. We hung out with Jared from Lace Pickups, who we're sponsored by. We got to hang out at his house in Long Beach, and Athan cooked up some sausage stuffed chicken breasts, green slices of green pepper in them. So we got to cook out there, and then Shane from Via Vendors, we got to grill out at his house in Phoenix. let's see, where else we barbecue? We barbecued with Brian Mercer from Mercer Rock. He's, you know, poster artist.
Right on.
we grilled with him last night. So we've been a bunch of grilling because, you know, when we're driving 8 to 10 hours, you don't have time to stop and like check out cool restaurants. It's just swill from truck stops and fast food garbage.
Right on. So you guys have a grill you actually take with you?
No, we had one at one point, but it gets a little gross about halfway through the tour.
Yeah.
It's in your trailer and it doesn't work, you know. If you have a bus or something, you can keep one underneath it and you don't have to deal with it every day. But ours got banged up and it got really gross.
Gotcha. Right on.
So, we know a lot of people who like to grill as well, so we go to their houses and
that works.
grill and drink beer.
Gotcha. So what do you have in store for the rest of 2012? Any new releases in the works? More touring?
More touring.
Right on.
Believe it or not. We go home. This run ends tomorrow in New York. We go home for 6 days. We fly to Europe, do a little short headlining run, and then we're going to do in October and November. We're going to do a full U.S. tour with Red Fang again. Similar
Awesome.
to what we did in Europe with them. So
very cool.
that's what's slated for the rest of this year, and then we're going to start writing another record.
Righteous.
We actually get home because we haven't seen home since October.
Right on. Well, hey, man, I really want to thank you for taking a few minutes with Blow the Scene readers from around the world. Really appreciate your time, man. And we look forward to keeping up with your future endeavors and future releases.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys very much.
Awesome.